Jamie on the mic, got the stats so tight. Jonathan's fire bringing heat tonight. Justin with the plays, got the game on lock. Jacob's got the style, we're ready to rock. Brothers United, talking all sports, flipping debating. We bring the reports from the field to the court. We calling the free four voices, brothers illustrate pure comedy. What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 or season 2, episode 2 of the 4J show. Where we're four brothers, four voices, endless takes, and just pure comedy. I'm your boy Jamie, and I'll let the other brothers introduce themselves.
What's up, guys? It's Jonathan. Y'all pretty much already about know me for real on season 2. But for you new people tuning in, with like I'm Jonathan, the best looking brother on the show right now. Thanks to have y'all back for another week of sports talk, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
What's up, brother Justin? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Ready to get into this exciting football time. Football week is here. We're in week 0 of college football. Then NFL is right around the corner. And just excited to start talking about football again. Let's get at it.
What's up, brother Jacob? Background's a little different. I'm out flying. That's all I gotta say. Coming at you with more biased takes, just absolute hating on other teams. D1 hater. It's gonna be worse this year. Just be prepared. All right, let's get into it.
Wait. All right, so we're going to get into this week, and this week's topics that we're going to be hitting on are some of the new college football rules that we got going on. Week 0 is coming up, so we finally got college football here, so we got week 0 coming up, and then we're going to hop into some of the NFL talk, just kind of bounce around, kind of some of the hot news since we haven't got really any games besides the preseason yet, but we're going to hop into that. But hopping into it, first going into week 0, we got some new rules in college football this year. Some of that happened on the field, so I'm going to be very interested to see. But one of the rules is the targeting rule, which I agree with. For your first targeting events, even if it happens in the second half, you don't have to sit out the first half anymore. And they are also allowing you to object it for them to review it off the game. But they are after the game, you can object it and stuff like that. So they can review it later to see if you do need to have that first punishment. But they do that for the first offense. And me personally, I like this rule. I was so tired of people getting punished, especially on their first time, getting punished and having to sit out the first half of the next game because it happened in the second quarter. I mean, not the second quarter, the third quarter of a game or something like that. So I like the rule. What's your thoughts there?
Me personally, I'm a fan of this because I really think it was kind of excessive that that someone had to sit out for, let's say it happened in the first half, you had to sit out for the rest of the game, or
Yep.
second half, you had to sit out in the next game, which this didn't happen in the next game. So I feel like it should have never affected that game. So me personally, I do agree with the new rule. I think it was long and way overdue. I do think maybe 10 yards is penalty is not enough. Maybe a 15-yard penalty, I think, would be sufficient because 10 yards is a first down, but 15 is almost two
It's
first
still
down.
15. It's still 15
Oh, it
for
says.
targeting.
No.
You're talking about offensive
You're talking about pass interference.
Oh yes,
Yep.
you're right. You're right.
That
You're right.
drop.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. So I do think they got this right with that one.
Yeah, I agree. I even agree. I know you were going to touch into that in a second. With the whole second offense, then hey, that's a game because hey, most people aren't usually getting more than one target a year. So you're starting to saying, hey, let's not punish a person for something they did in the last game. Like that's just an insane rule. I always thought that was an insane rule. To punish a person for what they did a week ago just would not make any sense. So I think that's just the smartest thing you could have did.
My opinion, I like more of you're able to appeal it now. Because with you being able to appeal it, you don't even have to worry about even if it is your first offense.
Right.
And then I have a question though. If it is your first offense and you appeal it and it gets revoked, do you still go back to the first
Nope, you're going
offense?
back in your first
Yep.
offense. Yep.
Go back to the first
Yeah,
offense because
that's how they take it.
that's,
Remove it.
that's the only thing. That's the only reason that makes sense about that because you
Yeah.
can't count for
Yeah.
something that's technically it got overruled.
Okay.
But do you think this will cause more? I'm not gonna say lenient, more careless acts when it comes to tackling, since the fact that we know
Or
now
grotesque.
my first one, it's not that big of a deal.
So the
I
only
think
reason I say no is because they did extend what's going on. They did extend the ruling to a certain effect. So first offense, nothing. Second offense, you do get that half if it is it. And then on the third offense, it's a full game suspension. So 3 strikes, you got a full game suspension. So I don't think they're going to get reckless because it's like I'd rather keep my one freebie for
Yeah.
late in the season, and then two, I don't want late in the season to come. I already got two on me. Now you're
And I
talking
got to sit
about, oh, I got
out
a playoff
But
the
game.
whole
I
game.
got to sit
Yeah.
in the playoffs. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so
Okay.
I,
That makes sense. That
I
makes sense.
I could see that though when you're talking about a team about to make the playoffs. However, and I hate to even put this out there, but it would make you think towards the end of the season, you're playing your rival. Let's say it's LSU Bama, and one of the teams ain't doing so hot, and it's the fourth quarter. I know I ain't gonna miss the next game. What if I just do something a little bit egregious, knowing now I don't have to sit the next game, and it's just I got to sit the rest of this game.
because I feel like if it's you can prove targeting, they're probably just gonna suspend you,
But
just
if
straight
I'm
up.
just
it,
going
It's not
for
even
if
gonna
I'm
be.
just going for a big hit, and I just don't care where my head goes, and if it happens, it happens.
It's probably gonna
you play
be
it risky.
discretion.
Is I was about to say you play it risky because if they think you're trying to hurt somebody, I can see them going. But anyway, moving on. Another rule change, which I'm kind of weirded about, and because it still feels kind of wild to me. They changed a offensive pass interference from 15 yards to 10 yards. And to me, if you're going to keep defensive pass interference 15 yards, I think offense should be 15 yards too.
Wait, is only offensive pass interference got changed?
Yes,
Oh,
The
that's
Yes.
offense,
that's
Yeah.
dead. Then I thought
Yeah.
this was
The rules.
defensive pass because I thought 15 yards is almost egregious to give in the first
it's
place.
personal foul. Yeah,
It's a
that's
Like
a
personal
personal
foul.
foul.
Yeah. So it
is
says
it
per PSP, the rules reserve 15-yard penalties primarily for personal fouls and unsportsmanlike conduct. Defensive pass interference remain a
that's
spot
so
foul with a
stupid.
maximum of 15 yards. And I think Justin, finish your comment first, bro. I'm
No,
sorry,
no, I'm
man.
just saying it's just dumb. Like, how you going to change offensive pass interference and not defensive pass interference? Like, if anything, increase the offensive one.
You would think because that gives them an advantage if they do draw an offensive. If they do draw an offensive foul, you
Right?
know what I'm
It's a
saying?
if.
Yeah.
I have a question. I have a. I want to like make an amendment to the rule to see if y'all like it better. 20-yard pass interference for offense, but defense is a spot foul. So
no,
No,
Like
like
the
in the
NFL.
NFL, like
no,
in the
no,
NFL.
no. Because Jacob, I
no,
give you
I go
30 yards. I give you
I
30 yards.
almost, if we're being real, I almost hate the NFL spot one because you're almost saying like you're guaranteed he was going to catch that ball. Hey, you're just
Yeah,
like that's why I don't
yeah.
like. I think it should be 10 yards. It should be, if
no,
anything, I think it should be 5 because you're not even guaranteeing you're going to get 10 yards on the catch. Because if it's
no,
Mm-mm,
no. See,
mm-mm.
no, I like so. This is what I like about the NCAA rules for offense pass interference. It's spot foul unless it's more than 15 yards, and then it's 15 yards back. So it's spot foul to 15 yards back. So if I have pass interference you at the 12 yards, they're just going to give you 12 yards. To me, I think the NFL should go to that. Hey, spot
See,
foul and then 15 yards back. I like that. But I hate to say that, oh, offensive pass interference, yeah, we're not punishing you as much as we are defensive pass interference. Like that part doesn't make sense. And I do get it to a certain extent that the defense has more incentives sometimes to do the pass interference. But like, I just don't get why we're making it easier for the offense when offense gets so many rules to make it easier for them in the jump.
I hate that though. And the way that you just said it, that is how it's always perceived. If we're being real, and if you really watch the game, and I don't know if it's just because I was the defensive back that I watched the DB so much, the receivers do so much more interference than the DBs. It's unreal. It's enough like the whole swimming, but you're pushing them, but let a DB swim you, and like it's automatic. Like I don't understand that stuff. I don't get why they're making it easier for the offense. There has to be, I don't know what the defense has to do in whichever league, but they're making it to where it's almost where it's like the offense can do whatever. They could go out there and murder you if
Yeah.
they wanted to, but if you breathe,
see,
go to flag.
see, Jamie, based off what y'all two said, I would say 10 yards or less, and we can make it a spot. Anything past that, I feel like it's too excessive, and it's always going to give the offense the better hand, no matter what. I feel like personally, and either or, I don't agree with the spot foul on the defense because, like I said, I'm throwing a bomb, and hell, like you said, it's 50-50 to even catch it, but yet he still gets the spot foul. So I think that it should be 10 or less, in my opinion. Anything more than 10 is a little too excessive, in my personal opinion.
No, I agree with you. But my argument is you're going to make OPI 10 yards, DPI needs to be 10 yards. And so,
Correct,
and so,
correct. I
and that's where I like college football. I like their spot foul rule maximum 15 yards. But if we're moving offensive, we need to do maximum 10 yards now. So
Yeah.
it's spot foul and less 10 yards. I think you should have made it fair both ways. That's just where I'm at. But anyway, another rule, something that we don't see often, but I'm curious how it's going to happen. But the fair catch kick rule also got adapted by college football where if they fair catch the ball, they get a free kick and can kick it into the field goal from wherever they fair catch the ball. So it happened in the NFL a couple of years back. I think it was 2024. It happened in the NFL. Let's say they're punting and you way fair catch it at the 50. They get to do a free kick into the field goal. So that means there's no rush, no anything. They get to do a full kickoff style kick into the field goal. So it doesn't
Add,
happen
Jamie,
often.
add,
Doesn't
you need
happen
to add
often,
it.
but it's going to
You
be
got,
interesting.
you got to add this in too, Jamie. He says the defense will be at least 10 yards from the spot of the kick.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. They can't rush it. They can't do nothing. It's a free kick. It's a free kick for them.
So, only thing
That's a
I feel
rule.
like if they're gonna implement that, they should at least make it
It's
to
in,
where it's a fourth quarter situation.
no, because how often is this really going to show up?
But Jamie, but you
Like,
never. But Jamie, so at this point, for one, you're either just going to save time in the game and just like, hey, fuck it, we're going to get an easy 3 points if we can get 50-yard kick. Because be real, these kickers are kicking 60 plus now. So this is just an easy 3 points, or you just saving the time on the game. So who wants to say if they keep kicking free kicks, I mean, onside kicks or whatever? And I'm just going just kicking fucking field goal. So 3, 6, 9, like how often? You know what I'm saying?
but this is what I'm saying. This rule's been in the NFL for a long time, and it's happened one time in the past like 10, 15 years. One time in the past 15. And you talk about guys who could literally kick 70-yard balls. It's happened one time. So that's what I'm saying. It's not going to happen as much, but I like that it's available because I think it could show up a little bit more in college because like a punter has a bad punt because they're likely to have more bad stuff like this in college.
Yeah,
Hunter has a bad punt and it goes out on the 40. They fair catch it on the sideline at the 40. I can kick a free kick. Give me a quick three. What's up?
yeah.
I have a question. So let's say it's 0-0 on the clock and I fair catch it. Do I get the free kick still?
I think you have to have time. I
Okay.
think you still have to have time because the last time it happened in the NFL, they fair caught it at like the 49. It was a bad punt. They fair caught it, and there was 1 second left on the clock. And I want to say it was Dicker. It was Dicker the kicker, I think, who did it and kicked it in for the Chargers. It is such a random rule that a lot of people were confused. Like I remember the broadcast having to explain the rule and all that. So I'm interested to see it happen. I do think it can happen more in college football than NFL, but anyway. Um, and then last and biggest rule change that's causing a lot of issues right now is the for five rules. So college football now, 5 years of eligibility. No more red shirts, no more this, that, the third. Got 5 years of eligibility. Me personally, I like this rule. Hey, let's stop all these trying to get more years. Let's stop it. I like the 5 and 5. I like it. Me personally, I love it. Hey, no more red shirts, no more. You got 5 years. 5 years to play football. Me personally, I think that works.
Is medical red shirt still a thing?
I was just about to ask.
They said they will consider some medical stuff, but not. They said they're not going to the extent they're doing now.
Okay,
Okay.
so my thing is, what's the purpose of limiting someone's play? Well, it's just a 5 and 5. So that means if I enroll in school at 30, I got 5 years eligibility.
Well, they are wanting to put an age limit on it. So they
Okay,
want to say it's 5 years from the time you graduated, or the day, or your 5 year clock starts when you turn 19.
but see, I feel as if you can't put a time or age limit on it
I agree
because
with that.
at this point now, these guys are amateur athletes.
Hmm?
And you can't limit to them just to be student athletes anymore. So if like I said, if I roll in college at 30, I feel as if I should have 5 years
LeBron should be
eligibility,
able to
just like
play.
everybody else. No, no,
I
no,
agree.
no, no, no.
I agree with what you're saying. I
LeBron,
think that's what.
LeBron is a different sport. Now, when it comes back football, yes, he can't do it when it comes to basketball because he's already been a pro for X amount of time.
He never went to college though.
But
But
for
he
ba-
did.
I said he can't play
He,
basketball,
but
Jacob.
technically, J.R. Smith did that. J.R. Smith retired from NBA and then went to play college golf.
That's different. I'm saying like the rule has always been. It's a different sport. You can't go major in a sport and then come back and play college in that same sports. You has to be a different sport, in my opinion, because at this point you have an advantage over everyone if you go play 3 to 5 years or hell 2 to 5 years in the league and then come back and play college for whatever the case may be.
I
But
feel
I feel
like
like
it's
you're
just
still going off
once
on a
each
tangent,
person
though.
rolls.
You're going off of the super like people who abuse the rule. I'm talking about for the
No,
average
I'm
Joe
just saying. Just
Blow.
saying. Which I
uh,
agree with that. 5 and 5, except with the medical, and that shit to be capped to maybe one time or two times, Jamie.
I think it should be capped. Or I think it should be capped to one because if we give you one, that's 6 years. 6 years.
But so
That's
Jamie,
what I'm
so you
saying.
telling me, so Jamie, you telling me
I popped my
if
Achilles in spring.
I'm Nick Chubbs, I pop my ankle. I mean, I fucking blow my knee out in my second year. I had to sit out my third year. I come back for being that 1 year off because 1 year off from being an athlete, it can derail your entire career. I mess around, pop my knee again. You telling me that I only have 1 year eligibility left?
I think, yep, baby football's not your sport if you keep getting hurt. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm. I say
Okay, I
two.
mean,
Go to the
let's be
UFL,
real.
prove it in the UFL that you still got it, and they'll pick you up.
I'm about to say, let's be real. You blow your knee out twice. What real NFL person's probably going to pick you up unless you're a quarterback?
Nick Chubbs,
You got to be a
Nick
freak
Chubb.
of a freak.
Michael Penix,
A
Michael
quarterback.
Bennett.
He said, "Let's the quarterback."
Oh, you said let's go to bat. You're right. You're right.
So
So
that's
you
what I'm
got to be a
saying. They don't
freak of a
need all of
freak.
it.
You got to be a freak of a freak.
And on the flip side, I said they gave you 1 year off. You said, "All right, so I'm out for 2 years." So I gave you one extra year. You're out for 2 years. That means you still had 4 years to play. Think about that.
True.
If I give you one, if you missed 2 years because of it, I gave you one off. It still means you had 6 years total. You have 4 years to still get tape. So to me, if you really think about it that way, that's still a lot of time to get ball tape.
True.
The only, and I know it's to go on to the next part of this rule that also is going to affect because it has a little bit to do with my NFL team because we're the first team that actually had a player do it. Daquan Wright, he was a tight end at Ole Miss. He went undrafted. We picked him up. We released him because he told the Eagles, "Hey, if this ruling comes out, I'm going back to college," because he probably was not going to make our tight end room. He then gets released and goes to the Browns, but we've already paid him. Keep this in mind. We've already paid him. We've released him. He now has gone to the Browns. He told the Browns the exact same thing. "Hey, y'all pick me up, but if this ruling comes out, I'm going back to college. I need y'all to release me before August 30th so I can go make a team." They released him, I think, today or yesterday. Now he is going back. I don't know if he's gotten picked up yet. I know one player's gotten picked up by LSU, even though Greg Sankey came out and said he did not like the spirit of this at all. But how do y'all feel that these players, because there's one on the Buccaneers as well, who got two sacks in the game, have now played in the NFL, got preseason snaps, went through a whole NFL training camp basically, is now going back to college? That's insane. And they now keep in mind any money they did make from the NFL, and this is why I say keep the money in mind for these players. They do have to pay back. They do have to pay that back to the NFL team. So keep that in mind. So it isn't like they just got free money and get to go back to college. They do have to pay it back. So just keep all that in mind.
So Justin, technically they never made an NFL roster, technically, right?
No, not a popsicle either.
It's no question. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes. Technically,
And they
No.
didn't make no money.
Technically, no.
No.
Technically, no.
Okay. So at this point, they are not professional athletes yet.
Yep.
Did they sign a contract? Like pump brakes.
No,
Did they sign a contract?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
but still, the contract is void until he makes a roster. The contract
No,
is void.
no, you have a preliminary contract to go to camp because if you
Pre
get hurt at camp,
exactly. You
no,
just said it's preliminary.
because if you get hurt at camp, the NFL pays for your injury because you're on contract. You're on their insurance while you're in there.
Everybody's
Hold
not
on.
guaranteed that
Hold
money,
on.
so it's not. If you get hurt, it's not guaranteed. I get this money.
However, undrafted free agents, they do get some guaranteed money. That they do because
Yes.
they're undrafted. Now
And
you're
they
not
pay while they're
making
in camp.
Okay,
but
Hold on.
Daquan Wright
it-
made
it's not-
$25,000 in guaranteed money.
man, come on, man.
I have a question. I have a question though. If he paid it back, what's the issue?
Thank you.
He didn't
If
take no
had-
money.
What? Oh,
Thank you.
So
no,
look,
listen.
So same thing. So if the NCAA is going to do this, I'm going to say this right now. They better do exactly what they did to that boy from Tennessee who took a flight. He didn't even go to the camp. He took a flight. They hit $340 flight back, and guess what? They said 2 game suspension. So everybody who went up there and took these contracts, $25,000, all that, actually went and enrolled in this stuff. And coming back, 5 game suspension. You can come back 5 days.
We're getting we're getting off the subject here.
We're not getting off the subject.
He should be
They already
allowed
said
to come
precedent.
back. He should be allowed
Nope.
to come back because he never
Nope.
made a 53-man roster.
But
Nope.
Or
you
the practice
went.
squad.
You
Or the
just
no.
Okay.
He never made the roster.
Wait,
He never made the
wait,
roster. He never made the practice squad.
I have a question for you. Then why couldn't Buddy from Alabama come back when all he played in it was the G League?
Basketball is a
He
different
made
entity.
it. Wait, he
Basketball is a
he
different
made the
entity.
G League. He played in the G League. He played in the G
Okay.
League.
And that's
These,
He played in it.
Jacob, these jokers
Jamie.
playing on the
Jamie,
preseason game.
Jamie, you're missing the point, bro.
Oh,
So
true.
wait,
You're missing the
Jonathan,
point,
You
bro.
got me.
No.
let me ask you a
He's
question.
You
playing
got
on
me.
the
Wait,
preseason game.
pause. Let me ask you a question. If I'm not on your team and your best player has now got to go to NFL camp for the entire summer, learn NFL drills, learn NFL skills, learn NFL techniques, go against the top, like the dude from the Buccaneers who got 2 sacks in the preseason. He's been going against nothing but Tristan Wirfs really his entire summer. So look at that great work that he got. I didn't get that opportunity to go work with him.
Okay,
So why
Justin,
didn't I get that opportunity to go work with him?
I got a rebuttal to this, Justin.
Okay.
So if I'm in high school and I
Right.
go to these Under Armour camps, IMG Academy camps, I go to these schools and practice at their schools for the summer. Am I a college student?
That's still different. That's
And
still
no,
different. Because guess what? Guess what?
no,
Mm-mm.
Those kids go to
I'm
college.
I'm
All
getting
you got
cut.
those
But
kids go to college.
wait. I know how to beat that.
I
I know how to
am
beat it. I know how to beat it.
I'm
Everybody else has the opportunity to go. Everybody else has the opportunity to go. No college kid had the opportunity to go to an NFL camp for the summer. Nobody but them. Everybody has a
Justin.
chance in high school to go to a camp. Everybody might not be able to afford it, but everybody has the opportunity to go. Nobody
Like
else
I
had
said,
that opportunity. So I beat that
I-
right there.
wait,
Right there.
hold on.
That's an
Wait,
unfair
hold on.
advantage.
I feel as if I never made the 53-man roster and or the practice squad, I am not a professional athlete. And
So
I feel
you
as
got
if
to go through
you
the
should be
entire
allowed.
Wait, can I-
system of
Wait,
how
can
to
I
be a
can I stop your
professional.
can I stop this? Can I
Yes.
stop this? What about because I know because I played with kids that did it. They went to special practices at Alabama and did a practice at Alabama. They got invited. So would they not be able to play high school because they got invited to a special camp? Not everybody got invited to and went to go against actual players on
But
Alabama's team.
but I could beat that. College kids go and practice with NFL players. If you're awarded the opportunity that you have that time. If some people get privileged,
This is the
some people
goalpost.
get
This is the
privileged if you get
goalpost.
awarded that.
Yeah, you're
But
moving
no.
it. You're moving it.
This
You're
isn't
moving
moving the
it.
goalpost, Jacob, because those schools had a chance to go and pick. Those kids didn't have a chance to go, hey, can you pick me for this summer thing? Because I bet a bunch of them college kids would have went if you had a chance to go for a summer to go hang
Your
out with the
argument-
NFL players.
Your argument was that everybody
How
got
many
opportunities,
NFL
Justin.
teams would invite college kids who are potentials to be their next pick next year? How many NFL teams would do that for the summer? A lot. If you had the
Colleges do
opportunity.
that all the time.
If
I'm
you
just
had
saying,
the
Colleges do that all the
opportunity,
time.
so you're telling me they went and invited Caleb Williams his junior year up to for the Chicago Browns, the Bears, knowing that they might have the first pick. for the
So you're
pandemic,
telling me
for the
he
summer.
hold on,
Okay, so
wait. You're telling
okay,
me
so
he
you
didn't
tell
get
me
invited in high school?
Yes, he got invited,
okay,
but in NFL you don't get the chance, Jacob. You don't get the chance to invite nobody. So why do those kids get to go and then those other kids don't? You telling me Jeremiah Smith
He
wouldn't
was
got invited this
undrafted.
summer?
He was
You're telling me
undrafted.
Jeremiah Smith wouldn't got invited this summer?
Smoke the brakes. This is my issue with it. NCAA already set precedent. Buddy on Tennessee declared for the draft, took a flight, canceled, pulled his name out of the draft, and paid his draft back, and got set for 2 games. He never went to a pro day. He never went to a camp. All that. These guys signed contracts. Like let's be real. They signed contracts. They went and got paid by professional teams. They became professional. Once you take professional team money, you become a professional. I say, Jonathan, you can say move the goalposts. You're moving the goalposts because you're saying they didn't make a roster. They signed professional contracts.
And
Made
technically, you made the
professional.
93-man roster.
I
You made the
said,
92-man roster.
They made the
I
93-man
said,
roster because they were invited to camp. They can only have 93 guys on their camp roster.
I
They
just
made
thought
a
about that. Yep.
roster. They were rostered on an NFL team, making NFL money,
Because
and now they're coming back.
You can't have an unlimited amount of people. You have to have a set number in camp. So they were on a camp roster. So yes, they did make a roster.
But anyway, I know how y'all feel. I feel like I know how y'all feel. But look, we were talking about this earlier today. This is how I think you can fix this. I think personally, they should do it almost like they do in baseball. We will allow you to apply for the draft. We will allow you to do the pro days. We'll allow you to go to. We'll allow you to go to the. Why am I drawing the blank? Combine. Go to the
combine, yeah.
combine. You can do pro days. You can go through the entire draft process, right? If you don't get drafted or you don't like your draft pick, you can enroll before you take the next
I
step
like
of
that.
signing a contract, Jonathan.
I like that.
Before you take the next step of signing a contract, you can come back to college football.
I like that.
That I would have zero issue with. I have
Only
an issue
thing,
with them signing a professional contract, especially those ones that had eligibility. You chose to leave college with eligibility.
my
That's not.
okay, so to debunk that, as a male, our frontal lobe is not developed until we're 25. So
Oh,
me making that decision,
oh.
me making that decision on a whim is that of an adolescent.
You get to go through the draft process. So it ain't no real. You
See,
know
he
where
trying to
you were
bring.
drafted, you know where you weren't
See, he
drafted.
knows
Okay,
too much medical stuff. See, he's trying to win a medical point here. We ain't got time for that.
okay,
We ain't got
but
time for a
David,
medical
okay, I'm,
point.
I'm gonna say this, and my last thing about that conversation, so we can move to the next topic is
All right.
I think the real issue here is the NFL, unlike other major sports league, do not have regular G leagues or minor leagues.
True.
I think that
I
is
agree.
where the problem lies in that aspect of why we keep having these guys. Oh, I'm going to draft. I get drafted or go to combine. No, I don't want to. Don't come back. I think there needs to be an appropriate G League to the NFL because you can say we have XFL, UFL, Arena. You can say that, but they are not direct correlation to the NFL.
I was
And I think
literally
that's where the problem is.
And that's why
about
they
to
need.
say the NFL should adopt the UFL because
Yes.
there has been so many people. Brandon Aubrey, the Cowboys kicker. There's people on the Eagles practice squad I know right now that played for the teams
Brent
last year.
Aubrey, the Stallions leg.
You have so many players that are coming from there that I think it is now to the point that the NFL should go where Jonathan's point is we have too much talent. That's the problem. There's too much talent at the moment. Because these kids can train for their entire life, unlike in the past where it's kind of like you had to do that at school and that was it. Now these kids can train every single day for this thing. And so now there's too much talent in the league that I think they should go ahead and adopt the UFL. Think about the money you make from that too, because you would go watch those games. You know they would, especially if it's a player that is on that like that. Think about Johnny Manziel, where he wasn't just enough for the NFL, but if he could have went to the UFL and really balled out, you would have sold more tickets because you would have thought that's a good prospect.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. I think you should do it. I think they should adopt the major MLB model because we weren't going to no Biscuit game just because the Biscuits were a local team. We were going to the Biscuit game because those guys could be in the major leagues at
And
one
they and
point.
they always keep a couple.
Yep.
And they always have some people go through. I mean, look at you go to the Atlanta Braves, their minor league team. You see the Atlanta hat. They got the Gwinnett team. They send their guys down. Oh, they're coming back from injury. Well, we're going to go play them in Gwinnett to get them back in action before we put them up to the big league.
Yeah.
Gwinnett, you know, them games get sold out. Same thing with the Biscuits. They're the Tampa Bays. We just got to see what was it? Longoria, BJ Upton, all of them that went up to the league and had pretty solid careers. We were all excited to go watch him in the Biscuit because you got to watch premier talent for cheaper. We could get to a Biscuit game for $15. I'm right down the street from the Birmingham Barons. I could go watch the Barons right now for $20 a ticket. I take my daughters down there to do stuff like that all the time. If the NFL adopted it and did tie-in teams to NFL teams,
Yes.
I think the UFL would blow up and be bigger because it's like this guy can get called up at any time.
And think about it, and think about it in the sense of during the seasons, like in the MLB. So your best player, somebody goes down. I now don't have to call somebody who's been practicing on the streets. I can call somebody who's been playing in games right now. They're play. You can have the UFL going on at the same time. Have them on like Tuesdays and Thursdays on the games, or Tuesdays and Fridays on the days that you don't have games. And then that way, during the season, this person goes down, this receiver's balling out, I'm calling you up. I need you. And then you already have game time. You don't have to get into season what is it? Up to speed up on it. You're not gonna get tired on the field. You can really just plug in and play. You see what I'm saying?
But Justin, that is a great idea. But if you just said Tuesdays and Thursdays, what if I had a Tuesday game and then I get called to play Thursday for night for the Broncos?
Hopefully the NFL
you know
teams
what
are
I'm saying? Like you're gonna have to,
and
you gotta think about it like this too, John. In the MLB, now y'all know baseball more than me. I might not understand it and might get this wrong, but can you call people from other teams? You can't.
You would have to make a trade.
You'd have to make
a trade. Yeah.
I mean, you can make a little trade.
I think the NFL,
we're getting into hypotheticals. We're getting into too many hypotheticals.
We're getting too deep into it.
I think the NFL has been too greedy on that part when it comes to TV rights and deals or being lazy too as well. You know, we don't want to extend ourselves.
You got to pay more people. That's all it is.
Exactly. Insurance.
They make too much money. Don't fool us.
Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. So moving on. This week it's officially week 0. I'm so excited to watch college football, and we're switching up the way we do this show. Last year we did pick-ems. I think we got too much into the weeds. So this year what we're doing is just throwing out the games that we're excited for the week. Each of us bringing a game each week to what we're excited for. So week 0, there's a couple of decent games on this year. But Jonathan, what's that game you're excited to watch this week?
Alabama State versus Southern, the Birmingham Bowl. I'm really excited to do that. I mean, we used to always hear about it, especially growing up in Bama. Always hear about the game, so I'm excited for that. See what they got going on in Alabama State, because Alabama State, weren't they the one that had the good quarterback last year? If I'm not mistaken.
And he returned. That joker's the truth.
Yep.
We played him. I got the Blazers back here. We played him last year. That joker is serious. He's returning this year. He's very fun, very electric to watch. I'm drawing a blank on his name. I hate that I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Same.
Alabama State quarterback or somebody even watching. I mean, there's not a lot of football on that day. That's not a game that you should miss. I say cut it on. I'm debating on taking my daughters down there because she loves going to the band. So we're debating on going to the game, but definitely be a fun. All right, so what about you?
My game that I'm looking forward to is going to be Florida State, New Mexico State.
Andrew Birdie.
Andrew Birdie. Yeah, he's the truth.
Florida State, New Mexico State. Florida State's going to be an interesting team. I feel like at the beginning of the season last year, like they started off with a high, obviously, beating Bama. And then they start going through those games, and then they go through some heartbreaks. And then after that, they just fall off a cliff. Castile left, so Ashton Daniels, he was the quarterback.
Going to Texas Tech.
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, Ashton Daniels, he was the quarterback from Auburn last year. He transferred in after Castile left, so it's going to be interesting watching him because, if you don't remember, the last time we saw him play was in the Iron Bowl. they almost beat Bama in that game. So it'll be interesting to see if he goes down to Florida State, see if he can revive it, see if they can just bounce back as a program. It always seems like they're here lately. They seem like the laughing stock. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can always bounce back. And you're starting off against a good team. New Mexico State, they're always that team that they're always there. They're always that team that they can upset you at any point because you can't take them lightly. So it'll be a good way to just start off week 0.
No, for sure.
John,
Jonathan, you ready? You got your team. You want to holla at?
Yes, North Carolina and TCU.
Ooh,
I think
Actually, a
that
good
will.
week 0 game,
I
and
was
that's
about
the
to
one
say
that hits
Dublin.
that's in
Dublin.
Dublin.
it's in Dublin, Ireland, and I think it's a wild, exotic way to start like week 0 as an overseas game. I don't think it would have that the hometown effect to make it a little bit more enthused when it comes as far as fans.
No,
But
remember last year they did the same thing, and it was actually really, really popular. I think it was Georgia Tech and I
Oh
forgot the
yeah,
other
and that
one.
game came down to the end. I
It
oh
was
knew it
really
was Georgia
good.
Tech versus the
yes,
Iowa State,
'Cause,
wasn't it? Oh, that was
yes,
a good
yes.
game.
yeah, the Irish fans did come out and did show
Yes,
support.
yes.
That's that. You're right. You're right about that. I do. So in that aspect, I still think it still would be, I think, a great matchup for both teams. Especially this is Bill Belichick's second season going to North Carolina. So yeah, I think this is either. I feel like maybe a make and break for him based on his past
Hot seat,
record.
hot
I
seat.
think he's on a hot seat if he can't turn around North Carolina, because then it's gonna be back to his. I mean, it was Tom Brady his savior. Just put it like that. But I do think, like you said, with his second year in college, all those things from last season is kind of behind him. I think he can kind of buckle down, and I actually do think I can see them pulling out from TCU this year on the first week
No,
0 game.
Ooh,
I
okay, you already picking an upset. Okay, 'cause I would
week
think that'd be an
0
upset.
first game. Like I like the fact that they're playing early and getting it done. Like that should be a fun one.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's not a lot on the TV. I have that one on TV for sure.
I definitely was going to ask you if you thought this was like hot seat, if this is like make it or break it for Bill Belichick. Like, hey, 2 years, that's it, because it was kind of an embarrassment last year. I don't know if y'all
literally an
remember them
embarrassment to
games.
watch.
Yeah, them games sucked. I mean, that was
He
almost
was
like
getting
watching a high school team. Like that's how bad it
and
was. So I think it's make it or break it too. Do you think if it gets so bad, this could affect his second round ballot Hall of Fame?
No,
I mean, he won.
I you,
he should
you
have
have
been
to
He
first
won
ballot.
first
No,
round.
you have
I'm
to
still
you
mad
have
he
to
wasn't first ballot.
you have to separate that because they're two different things. And honestly, at this point, he should have retired. I feel like because it will damper his image as far as like Bill Belichick's this dominant head coach, and
Yes.
he goes to North Carolina, and they've never really been a dominant program to begin with, and he just coming in either tarnishing or putting a blemish on his image. But I mean, he does have he has a Bob Petrino, an offense coordinator. I don't really know if this is going to affect his ability to actually win and put and score. But I'm pretty kind of stoked to see what he has for the Tar Heels this season, though.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then the game I'm excited for this week, we got North Dakota State versus Jackson State. Uh, Jacks up here in Alabama. Biggest reason I'm excited for it is North Dakota State is finally in Division One women's football, which is so fun. Everybody's heard about North Dakota State. If you're a college football fan, you don't normally know a lot about FCS schools, but everybody knows about North Dakota State. I mean, they've had some great quarterbacks coming out of there with Carson Wentz. You got I'm drawing the blank on buddy from the Packers. Uh,
Jordan Love.
Joe
I was about to say Jordan Love. I thought Jordan Love came from there.
wasn't he North Dakota State
I
or was he
thought
Utah State?
He
no.
was. I thought he was North Dakota State.
I want to say he was.
Now I'm
No,
questioning myself.
I'm questioning it too now because I almost was going to say, did he not come from North Dakota State? But Jordan.
He's Utah State. He's Utah State.
Oh,
But
okay,
there's
yeah.
another
Okay.
There was no Trey Lance. That's who it was. It was Trey Lance. Trey
Trey
Lance.
Trey
Lance. That's
Lance.
who it
That's who it
was.
Yeah.
was.
Trey Lance.
Yep.
So, but if you're a college football fan, honestly though, you know about North Dakota State. They got 18 national championships, 10 in Division One. Now they are FCS Division One, but I mean the next level up from where they're at now. So, if you talk about a program coming up that has true pedigree, Um, I'm ready to see if they do what they can do. I mean, we saw it a couple of years back. Liberty came up. Everybody
Yep.
thought maybe Liberty was going to be a little bit lower. They came up and said, "Hey, we were ready for D1." So I'm ready if North Dakota State with that grind, with that pedigree, can come up and look good. And then they have a winnable opener. Jack State got a new head coach, all that kind of stuff. They really do got a winnable opener. But I'm ready to just see if they can make that jump from FCS to FBS.
A lot of good games. Week 0. Oh, football is here. I smell it. I'm
Oh,
smelling
it feels so good to have
Oof.
football back. It
Yes.
feels so good to have football back. What's up?
And you know who's also back? Bama. We're winning the ship this year.
Can we
We're not back
just
yet.
applaud
Like,
the great
We are
news for
back.
Bama?
We are back.
Keelan Russell,
Elon,
QB1.
I'm so happy we gave it to Elon. Oh, I'm so happy.
Hold on.
Although
Hold
I do feel bad for him
Condolences. Condolences.
because he's a
Let's
legit
take a quick
quarterback.
Actually, no condolences.
Yeah.
No condolences for me. I had my stance on Austin Mack is you came with Kalen, you weren't good enough to beat out Jalen, you weren't good enough to beat out Ty, and then this game got then Keelan comes on campus and it still wasn't enough. So it kind of just tells you maybe it just wasn't hit for here. Maybe it's just time to move on out of Kalen DeBoer's system. I think it might be the system that's not good enough for him. I think he's too big to run in that type of system. He's too big of a man. Like that's a big. If you see him in size, the big
Man,
man.
6'6".
He's huge. I think he needs to be in more of an air raid system than what Kalen is running. And so I just don't think. I think he needs to move on from Kalen, not more that
Pac-12,
he's
Big
just a bad.
Ten,
Yeah.
ACC, perfect
Yes.
conference for him.
Yes.
So, with that being said, Justin, that's what I be talking about when it comes to players and coaches' loyalty and promising me this and then coming over here and messing up my eligibility. So I felt like it's kind of hard to say, well, in the summer, who's going to be my quarterback? And they say, oh, well, we're going to choose him. And then he just able to leave. Now he's not. So now he has to waste another year being a backup. And it could be for a good cause because you never know, something could happen. But still, I hate it. That's why I hate it for him, man.
I think he keeps
The
getting
argument to that,
behind.
the same thing I said to my dad though earlier today is you chose to play quarterback and there's only one on the field. There's only one of them on the field. You picked a hard position to play, so you got to go out there literally a one-on-one thing.
And think about it like this.
I think he's great.
And think about it like this. You got to think about it like this too. Think about who he's been behind. You've been behind Michael Penix Jr., first round draft pick. You've been behind Jalen Milroe, who did take you to the playoffs. You've been behind Ty, first round draft pick again. So, and then you're behind Keelan, who they're saying, huh?
But you also got to flip it because don't kind of discredit that to a second. Jalen was a second round draft pick, so he's been behind 3 drafted quarterbacks.
That's what I was about to get to that. And I if I didn't bring that up with Jalen, my fault. I'm talking about he's playing. He's second up for the Super Bowl champs right now. He is the second string quarterback for the Super Bowl champ. So you're behind just great talent, and it does not help. Keelan, they're saying is the next generational freak. That's how they're describing this kid. They're describing him. He's generational, not just a good quarterback. So that's another thing of why I'm saying I don't think Austin Mack's a bad quarterback. But my condolences are that is to what John's saying is at some point, dog, you got to go bet on yourself and realize that, hey, this ain't working. Like Kalen has not picked me 3 times in a row. He's not picked me 3 times in a row. Why would he pick me a 4th? It's not working. I should have betted on myself. That's when that's when I say I understand what you're saying. Yes, the coach promises, but a kid at the same point, you got to realize nobody in this world looks out for you more than you look out for yourself. You got to bet on yourself.
Kid. And I'm gonna be honest with you. After last
he still got paid. He can't be too mad now.
The first conversation about a QB battle, and I've been here 2-3 years now. I'm gone.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you talking about me personally. The first conversation I have talking about I'm in a QB battle with a freshman. I'm gone. Like
exactly
because especially I've transferred here with you. I burnt the year 2 years now.
3
talking about a QB battle 3. Well, I'm talking about I'm talking about last year too. a QB battle, I'm going, dog. Because like I'm a 6'6" quarterback. I came from Bama. Somebody will invest in me.
Easily.
I'm a 6'6"
I'm just saying,
quarterback. You can easily develop me.
NFL skate, but I'm just saying, and honestly, I might have been gone too when NFL scouts started saying that Keelan looked like uh what's the name from Washington?
Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels.
Hey, Damon, I'm talking about as soon as the last ball snapped in the last game of the season last year, bro. The first conversation you talking about QB battle,
yes.
gone. I'm not even waiting for the summer, bro.
That's
I'm not
what-
even
and-
waiting for the. I'm not waiting past February, bro. I'm gone.
And that's what I'm saying is where I don't. That's what I'm saying. It's not that I don't feel bad for Austin Matt, but that's where I don't have my condolences because he probably did go into the summer. You had to know the talks, dog. You had to know the talks when they weren't telling you
On
you
the
were
team were
QB1.
saying it.
You should have known the writing was on the wall that they're probably Keelan was his first 5-star plus recruit to Alabama. You thought he wasn't going to play him? Come on, like that should have told you something. He was the number 1 pick in his draft class. He wasn't just a somebody, he was the somebody. And you got him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel too bad for Austin because the writing was on the wall, like John said. When you came in and you couldn't beat Jalen, okay, you can understand that. Jalen was a freak. He's a freak. And you had to keep the team. And Jalen had the team at that point. But the second year, you didn't beat Ty. And you've known the system longer than Ty. But Ty was a first-round talent. I mean, he was. But the third year, like John said, now I'm in the QB battle with a freshman. He ain't proved nothing. I'm out of here. I'm sorry. I gotta go bet on me. I can't wait no more. But so
yeah, and I probably, you know what's crazy is now think about it. I probably would have left when Ty Simpson won.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
Drew,
saying,
at that point he had been in the system with what's his name for 3 years. Tom just learning the system, and again, neither one of them had any tape to say he could do it on the field. Because
and
Jalen had tape. He came in. Jalen was a Heisman front runner when he got there.
Yep.
Like if he didn't play, Jalen
And a
was kind
playoff
of
player.
crazy. But like
Ty was unproven.
had no game tape.
And
yep.
All right,
and
well, anyway,
yeah, we can move on. We can move on.
we got to move on.
Yeah. We keep getting on side changes. Anyway, talking in the NFL, we ain't got a lot of time. Let's just hop into the topic.
Can
we
I
wanna
can I
get
do my
into,
thing
which is-
first, just in case? I want to apologize to Drew Rowley. I do
No.
want to apologize.
No,
What
you
I
don't
said
get to.
was a
We're
little
not accepting
crazy.
this apology, even
What
though
I
you're the
said
Steelers fans.
back
You're
was
not.
a little
No,
crazy.
you cannot
The
walk
back
it back.
Nope.
You should have stuck with Drew Allen from the get go.
Nope. No,
No, you called him what
like
you
I
called
said,
him.
I did call him what I got him. Did I believe he was that in college? Yes. I can't say the word because I'm in a, but yes, he is.
Please say that in
He is.
airport.
No, but he is. In college, he was. But as I learn now, his coaches didn't set him up for greatness. So he looks pretty
His
decent
coach
now.
did get fired.
His coach did get fired. I give Will Howard. I still want Will Howard as above him, in my opinion. I haven't seen just enough yet. I still like Will Howard, but hey, that's just my opinion. I want to say sorry. Also, my team's looking great. Okay, not this last game, a little bad, but the first game
You
looked
can't be
amazing.
fair.
Lost 17
Again,
to
bro.
0 to the Jets.
Looked amazing. But I'll say, yeah, I apologize, Drew Allen. That's all I want to say. All right, y'all can go. Y'all can continue now.
Speaking of teams, why? Did y'all see our undrafted free agent? He was out there.
That's the only quarterback you have, Jamie.
Wait,
I'm sure he's going to
did
shake that thing around. He's the only one getting reps.
Got him up.
Did you see any
Did
of
y'all
your
hear the news
DNs?
today? Did y'all hear the news today?
What's that?
What?
What's that?
Michael Penix
They
back?
said Michael Penix getting that red shirt off.
He'll be back in a week.
We got an undrafted free agent saying,
I got a question.
sliding that name sleeve on.
I got a question. Do you want to have Michael Penix go against the Steelers first week? That D line
He
against
won the
Michael
undrafted
Penix?
dude. It sounds
Just
like
say it.
Jacob.
he won the
Hey,
undrafted
Jacob.
dude. He don't even know his name.
Hey, Jacob. I'm so confident in the first week they put me back there.
Jacob, let that man. Jacob, let that man have the preseason because that's all he gonna have is the preseason.
Yo, listen.
Let that man have the preseason.
Preseason.
You're right. Week 3, he's
Cause
gonna be
look,
in here.
We gonna pick us up at the end.
yeah, let that
Jamie,
man have.
Jamie, you picked up a DN that played 4 games for us and retired. I mean, I don't know what's such great about this DN, but okay. But I will say, Jacob, to go back to your team, Bernard the truth.
Yeah,
Bernard
he's
is
the
the
truth.
truth.
We knew that.
The
We
We
truth.
knew
knew that
that.
though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought
We
he
knew it,
slid too
but
far
we
I
to the
said
still
he the
didn't
left.
truth,
phone
and
it.
I'm a believer.
Hey, we said that last week. Bernard was like he was already a sleeper in
He's
the
already
draft.
a decent.
Honestly,
Anyways,
and I'm not trying to just sit there and do this because brother Jacob is a Steelers fan. But if you've heard me through the offseason, you've known I've been up about one team in particular, and it has been the Steelers. I do think by mid-season that receiver room is going to be one of the top 5 receiving rooms in the nation because
yeah,
you no Jamie, no. You have you have DK Metcalf on one side. The biggest pickup in the offseason to me, I don't care what anybody says outside of Myles Garrett, obviously. Michael Pittman Jr. to the outside
Michael
with
Penix Jr.
shut up. Shut
We
up.
on your mind,
Shut up.
baby. We on
Pittman
your mind.
Jr. having DK and him on the outsides, them two big athletic freaks, and now having Jerry Menard in the middle, in the slot, that
And then
might
Rico
be.
Dow in the backfield too.
I'm saying receivers, Jacob. I'm not saying your running back room's all that great. I'm saying receivers.
Okay.
Receivers with your tight ends of Muth and Washington. That is a receiving core that is signing up to be. They can do something special as long as Aaron didn't fall off.
Yeah.
As long as Aaron didn't fall off.
London, Branch, Pitts.
You have a lot more improvements than Jacob's room.
Yeah.
The Steelers just have a lot more proven. They have a lot more proven in that room, Jamie.
I'm gonna be
Y'all about
honest. I
to
think
still lost
DK's,
it. He still lost to the
DK's
Jets.
better than
Though.
London,
Still lost to the Jets.
I
Though.
wouldn't
and
say
Pittman's
that.
better than
I
London.
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. They don't get it twisted, Jacob. Drake London's top 5, Jacob. Like, let's not get it twisted. Drake London's top
Drake
5.
London is he is not top 5.
You're lost
He
your
is
ever
not top
love it.
5.
If you watch Drake London play,
Jay Jettis,
yes. Jamar Chase,
Jamar Chase,
yes. Who?
JSN.
JSN.
Jackson Smith, JSN,
Okay, who?
Puka,
Who?
Puka,
Who's fifth?
CeeDee Lamb,
You lost your
or
ever
George
love it.
Pickens.
You don't
I'm gonna be honest.
Lamb.
Wait. No, Drake London.
Yes,
You're stupid.
yes,
Yeah, I said.
I can hear that argument. I can hear that argument.
I would.
Like I said, Devontae Adams.
they're interchangeable.
Who?
Devontae Adams.
Too old.
Devontae Adams.
Too old.
Not right now.
Not right now. Not right now. We're not talking about all
Prime
time.
Devontae Adams.
I'm not talking all
Devontae Adams
time.
clears them.
Yes.
But right now, Devontae Adams
If
does
you're talking
not
about
clear them.
all time, yes, Devontae Adams clears Drake London. But you're talking about this right now, no.
Anyway, we can't keep digging and going on tangents. So one team that I do want to get into because of comments that were made. Did y'all see Deshaun Watson's comments?
What did he say?
Oh, you didn't see that, Josh? Oh, Jonathan. So Deshaun Watson comes out there and a reporter asked him how he felt about getting booed. He said, the last time I was on this field, I tore my Achilles and I got booed. So it really is like I'm going to be playing 17 away games. I understand but it's more than football. It's personal. So, I'll keep my comments to myself, but I just know playing here is like I'm going to be playing an away game every single game.
Yeah, so he said, I'll read his quote real quick. He said, I think the whole world knows it's nothing to do with performance. It's a little more personal. I think it's a disrespectful thing. He said it's essentially like playing 17 road games, like he said. He said it's a mental battle every day. I feel like I get more love on road games than I do at home games. I thought being away for 2 years and working myself back from 2 Achilles injuries and putting in the time, being around the facility and doing charity work in the city, supporting the Cleveland Browns, hanging out with fans whenever I do see them, being honest, being the type of person I know I am, and the character would help. I guess it happens, so that's why I say it's more personal. And that's his quote.
I cannot disagree with his quote because I can see how that would seem as if he's playing against his opponent plus the home team, away teams, based on and like you said, you're right. It's more of a personal opposed to, and it could be both because if he was a greater better quarterback, he might not even be that better because the Steelers had a quarterback that was in a worse predicament than this. But we ain't gonna talk about that. And I can't say I feel for him. I don't know the situation. He was never found guilty of anything, but in America, I mean, you're guilty until proven innocent. So I honestly
He
I can
paid
agree with you.
settlements. He
Huh?
paid settlements. He paid settlements.
When you're rich, you have to do stuff like that. Even if you're guilty,
Big
even
Ben
if you're
wasn't.
not guilty.
Big Ben didn't do anything. He paid a settlement, just like you're saying right now.
This is no okay.
Like I said,
No, I'm sorry. Go
we
ahead,
can't talk about.
Jonathan. I'm sorry. I thought you were.
I'm not gonna talk about certain stuff like
Yeah,
that on here right
Mhm.
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he was not the only one the NFL paid a settlement to as well. So can you say the NFL had a foot in this up too?
I have a question though. Is it really about? It is a little about what he did, but also he's just been bad. Even when he was healthy and playing for him,
That's what I'm
he
saying.
was
If he was,
bad.
that's why I included. If he was a better quarterback, that's why I hinted in your past quarterback.
Mhm.
The issue
Yeah.
wouldn't be that big of an issue because he was never found guilty in the court of law. And that plays a big part into the everything that's going forward from him for him. So I can see how this would be it would take a mental effect because then you got to think about it. If you can't, yeah, but if you're playing at home, you're looking for support. You're looking for that boost to make me want to play. When I'm getting booed, I mean, it's like, damn, no, I got to play against myself, the fans, and this team. Like, come on, man.
This is my thing.
But his comments also seem like he doesn't want to play.
No, it
Would
doesn't.
you? Would you?
No, he said if they willing to extend me, I'll extend.
No.
Would you for $230 million?
This
Shit,
is
Yeah.
this is my thing. And okay, let's say everything that happened. Let's be real. And this is not my viewpoint. I'm talking about the viewpoint in America. He would have came out and he would have went 14-2 or 14-3 or something like that. Nobody would have cared about what he did off the field. Let's just
None.
be real.
Nobody.
Nobody would. None of them
Nobody.
Brown fans would have cared. What matters is when you did come and play, you were sorry. You weren't good. You were not good. And I think the fan base has moved on to Shador. They have. I
Yeah.
think.
Shador's looking good
He's
too.
looking good.
Preseason.
And this is my thing of why I don't even think you should even before the preseason, I didn't even think you should even have gave him the opportunity. You knew you were not going to extend him next season. You knew that. So you might as well went ahead and ate the 40 million you were going to pay him this year, like how the Broncos did with Russell Wilson. Ate the
Russell
40
Wilson, yup.
million, 40 million. Go ahead and move on to Shador. See if this is what the new coaching staff wants to do is to keep Shador or the next draft class has a bunch of quarterbacks. You had 2 first-round draft picks next draft class because of what you traded for Myles Garrett. So you're good next year. So just go ahead and start with Shador. Don't waste 4 or 5 games with Deshaun Watson. He be sorry or average, and now you're 2-3, or God forbid you're 0-5 or 0-4 or something, and now you're putting on Shador because now you're putting Shador in not a winning situation because the Browns are not going to go on some like 9 or 10 game win streak. It's just not going to happen. They're the Browns. They need those first few games to really lock in and maybe grab some early so that way they can play late. So
A
you
couple
go ahead
things.
and start with that. You gotta move on from Deshaun. You've already said you're not extending him. What are we wasting our time for?
So Justin, to the time wasting part, based on the Browns' previous history when it comes to putting a rookie quarterback, or not a rookie at this point anymore, your QB1 has not worked out for them. So I do think that they're trying to allow themselves to not make that mistake so early on. Now, let's go with the veteran. Let's go with the get veteran. Because I think when Sean Watson came in, he still got hurt. So, and he was still getting the booze. So it was like it was the same situation. So I do think that they want to start off with the veteran just so that we can say, well, damn, a $40 million quarterback, we tried out, didn't work.
But you're
You
not
can't just you can't Justin, you
you're
can't
not
just
going to
so
extend him. So what are
they're
you
not
looking forward
but
to?
listen, they're not in a situation to just financially just throw him away.
You're throwing him away regardless. You're not doing anything with him next year. You're
That
throwing it
but that
away
Justin,
regardless.
but you're talking about right now. We're not talking about next year.
But
We're talking about
Jonathan, if I'm not extending you next year, what's the point of you having you this year? What's the
okay. So what's the
point?
point of? Okay, so what's the point of the Steelers keep putting on Aaron Rodgers these 1 year contracts? Then
Because he's actually
He's
producing.
playing
They
and
went to the
winning.
playoffs. You're
I get that.
actually like,
Okay. I'm
are
talking
you
about the.
comparing him to Aaron Rodgers? He's not
I'm
Aaron.
not. I'm not. I'm just saying, if you sign somebody to a 1 year contract, that means obviously I do not see a future with you. It's based off your play, right?
Yeah, play that I might extend
Right.
you. I'm not.
Okay. So Justin, you have to give that
But
man that
hold
Browns
on.
had to
The
give him
difference
the Browns
between
had to
Aaron
give him.
Rodgers and him is Aaron Rodgers is about to retire. That's the only reason he's
Okay,
getting a 1 year
Jacob,
contract.
they gave him a 1 year, his first year there. What are you talking about?
What he's saying is that you're always that you're at the end of the season and the Steelers are already set up. They know for a fact they're not drafting a quarterback because they got two young studs in there right now.
Okay,
They
but it
know
was
that
okay.
for a fact. You don't
Let's get back
know
on the
what
Browns.
if you're going to stick with Shador.
Okay, let's stick with the Browns. I don't think the Browns financial want to just sit there and eat and pay this man $40-50 million just on the bench. I do think they want to at least see if Deshaun Watson can be the quarterback he was when we first paid him. Despite everything that's going on with the Cleveland Browns, the Cleveland Brown fan base need to accept that this is their reality. This is their quarterback, and they either gonna have to sit there and suck it up and rally behind him to see if he's gonna make some of himself, or the Browns, like you just said, put him on the bench. Let Shadur play. Let's go ahead and throw Shadur in the fire and let it potentially backfire, just like the past 4 or 5 quarterbacks we've drafted happened to us. We did not develop them, threw them in the fire, and within a year or two they're gone.
So do
Let's
the same
let's keep on
thing.
with the cycle. Let's keep on with the cycle we've been doing. It hasn't got us anywhere.
So do the but when you did do that, Baker took you to a playoff. Then you just let him go. You just let him go the next year. So let's not just act like you can't just throw him into the fire. And again, so you want to repeat what Shador did last year, not play him until week 5 or 6, and knowing the season's over with, and most of those guys have given up on the season already, so they're not going to play as hard and they're not going to do as much.
Well, Justin,
And so now
for
you're
number
screwing
one,
Shador over
the season's
twice,
not
and
over at
now
week 5
Shador
or 6.
definitely ain't going to play next year.
For number one, the season's not over at 5 to 6 weeks. So
For
yeah,
most
so
teams,
let's get
yes.
there.
For most teams, yes.
Okay, so Justin, I'm
Also,
just telling you.
the Browns got a lot of picks for Miles Garrett, so you could start the rebuild now.
That's what I'm
You could
saying.
start the
Just go
rebuild
ahead
now.
and start it.
How many? They've been
No,
rebuilding for the past 15 years.
Off the break. That's why I say I agree with Justin and start Shador. Hey, let's start the rebuild now,
Yes.
but let's see if we can build around Shador. Let's give him a
Yes.
true chance, and let's see, do we use one of these picks and go after this heavy quarterback draft, or
Mm-hmm.
do we build around support and go get him another receiver, go get him another offensive lineman, go
Jeremiah.
get him? Let's see. Let's see what we do and go from there.
It's a
Like you said,
it's a
let's
win-win
see
situation.
That's what I'm saying. It's a
exactly.
So
win-win.
You're,
y'all want to
you're
split
not
y'all.
sticking with Deshaun. You're not
So
sticking with Deshaun.
you basically saying we're just gonna put a 40-50 million quarterback on the bench.
Yes,
Just
because
pay
Winner
him.
vote. Winner
Pay him to
vote.
sit on the bench.
You've already done
Pay
it
him to
when you
sit on
did
the
it with
bench.
Russell Wilson. You've already did it when you did it with Aaron Rodgers. You've already did it when
Tua.
you
We're talking.
did it with Tua.
We are
You've
talking.
done it.
We are talking
Tua's
about
doing
the
it right
Browns.
now.
We are talking about the Browns. The Browns ain't never did that with those quarterbacks. We talking about the Browns,
Right.
the
The
Cleveland
Browns
Browns.
organization that
The
sucks at
NFL,
everything already. So why not just go
the-
ahead and keep sucking?
we did
I'm
it with
just
Kirk
saying,
Cousins. We did it with Kirk.
All right.
We cut Kirk Cousins.
Time
y'all
out.
keep talking about y'all's organization. We talking about the Browns. We're not talking about the fucking Atlanta
All right.
Falcons.
Right.
We're
So
not
the
We're
talking
Browns
about the
sticking
organization
Dolphins.
sucks. So you
stick,
got to do something different. Stop doing the Brown stuff.
Okay,
The
time out.
Wait,
Browns
wait,
stuff.
wait, wait.
Listen,
Okay,
Brother Jacob got.
The
Wait,
I
Browns.
wait.
do have to leave. Y'all can't continue this conversation without me. I do appreciate y'all having me. I do have to go. My flight is about to start boarding. So deuces.
Appreciate you, Brother Jacob.
All right, Jacob. All right, Jacob.
Your door should start. Just throwing my 2 cents in.
Oh,
All right. Deuces.
But I'm saying is the Browns thing is bringing in a new quarterback every year, right?
Mhm.
And sucking it. It's been sucking. That's the Browns way. The only veteran they have is Deshaun, and then the other guy. He's not really that much of a veteran at this point. Um, and I don't think that if they do stick with him mid-season, there's no there shouldn't be another quarterback talk for the next 5 years. You need
I'm
to
just
go ahead
saying.
and start rebuilding around
This is what
Shadur getting.
this is what I'm saying
I don't even see
is,
Deshaun wanting to sign back. That's another
but
thing.
the
Deshaun's
issue,
not going to want to sign back with him.
yeah, my issue too is, or not even an issue, my argument to starting to shine is if you watch his preseason right now, the offense does look better with Shador. Like not me being like last year, everybody was being on Shador. The offense looked a little bit better with Deshaun in the beginning of the preseason. Like he obviously won that battle. Offense looks better with Shador right now. It looks way better than Gabriel. That one looks rough,
That was
but
over.
it looks better than Shador. Yeah. So I think Shador should do it because he's technically looking the best coming out of preseason as of right now, unless Deshaun turns it on. So Deshaun just you gave him a bad deal. You had so many opportunities to back out of the deal. You stayed with it. Eat the deal, just like all these other NFL teams have been doing. Eat the deal and call it a day. It's not like you'll be the first. Like we said, Atlanta's done it. The Broncos have done it. Eat the deal, call it a day. Figure out, do we need to draft a quarterback or do we need to draft help?
I mean, look at the Saints.
Draft help.
Saints had to do that with Derek Carr. Look how much they were in the hole for. But now they looking like that's a team. If we're talking about a team, and I know that's in your division, Jamie, and I hate that for you. But if we're talking about a team that
I don't
looks
hate it. I ain't
good
scared.
and is starting to pay their players, and it maybe has a quarterback already of the future in Tyler, the Saints look good. I mean, they do. They look impressive. Actually, your division is actually kind of like us outside of the Bucks right now, even though they're starting to pay people. So Vita Veda's now there, which I hope we can get them, but I knew we weren't. But I still wouldn't. I don't think the Bucks. I think the Bucks lost too much of their key pieces to do what they've been doing. So I think there is going to be a new leader at the top. But yours division is looking like a strong, like sneaky good division. It looks like that division that is that division that everybody goes, oh, that where did that division just come from? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like y'all look like the
Yeah.
surprise
Yeah.
division this year.
No, for sure. But as we wrap up, one thing I did need to hit because it was big news today. I don't know if y'all saw it. Sean Agenti got carted off the field, and they said players were praying around him when he left. So prayers up to him. It's a speedy recovery, but they said it was a knee injury, and he could not put any weight on it. So you want to
Damn.
talk about a hit for people? And having in one fantasy league that already didn't finish the draft, and people are upset. And I hate that I've just brought up fantasy when we're talking about a man's injury, but it's about that money. Anyway, so I feel bad for him. I hope he has a speedy recovery. I hope it isn't nothing serious because he was on track to have a great year. So be interested. But anything else y'all want to hop into before we hop out of here?
I mean, if y'all want me to, I can always talk the Eagles.
No.
I
Okay.
always can
Anyway,
talk the Eagles.
we appreciate you listening to us for another week. Tell a friend, and we'll be back next week, same time, please.
Deuces.